This is a video for April 13th, 14th photography and Photoshop class. All right, so I've been thinking a lot about what we should do to kind of try to change things up, make this a little bit more organized. I've been playing around with Teams a lot, and I've come up with a way that I think will be really good for us to be able to get through lessons, to know what we're supposed to do every day, and to build something creative and unique even though we're stuck at home. So let's go through this. This is what we're going to do today. Um, every day, we'll talk about first using the class notebook. That's what this is. So every day, what you're going to do, and I'll use period 6 here. This is Photoshop class. I'll use this as an example. So when you come into Teams here, you're going to see, right, post. And I'll put up the post. I'll put the attendance in like this, like I've been doing. And I'll have a link to a video. I'm recording the video now, so that's why it says it'll be posted soon. Those will be like right next to each other. If you have a question about attendance, right, rather than doing something like this, where you make a whole new thread saying I am here, just hit reply to the attendance, right? But really, you don't even have to do that. You just have to click view assignment and then say, yes, I'm here in the attendance. But if you hit reply, that's better than, don't make a whole new one like this. I'm going to start deleting these because what they do is they push everything up. So you see the assignments way up here, right? Way up here. And we don't, so a lot of this stuff we don't need. So like, okay, like here I had a question about saving, right? How do you download that to do the assignment? All of this stuff should be a reply, right? A reply to whatever the assignment is. Don't create new threads, because if you create new threads, guys, it pushes everything out of the way. I'm going to have to start deleting them because I want people to sign in and be able to see what they're supposed to do, okay? So that's how you use this. Let's talk about if you have a private conversation you want to talk to me about your grade or something like that, right? Well, what you can do is you can email me, right? HAMILLJ@pcsb.org. Don't write something about your grade in the main post. It's not between the whole class, it's between you and me. So email me. What I'll do, if you email me, is I will create a private thread in here that only you and me can see, and then we can instant message back and forth, or I can even call you or set up a meeting and we can talk on the phone. You can see I'll use one of my other ones as an example. If I go to, I know in here, you can see, so I did this, I have Samilia had a question, so I made a private one for her, our general one, and this is people that had problems downloading. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so let's go back to period 6. All right, so let's talk about this class notebook. This is where I'm going to put all of your assignments, right? And I'll put a reminder in the post, but I want you to be able to get the class notebook. So here's what you do. When you come into Teams like this and you see the post, and then there'll be like attendance and there'll be like a video link for the video. Go to class notebook. And if you click this right here, you'll probably be on the welcome page. It's not customized yet. I'm still messing with all this. But what you need to do, you'll have all of your names down here, or your name, your student, you'll be here. We might start putting assignments, like you might start turning in stuff there, but don't worry about that for right now. I'm still learning, so put it in focus still until I tell you otherwise. But just go down to lesson objectives, photography, in Photoshop, okay? And it's gonna pull up over here this document, and I'm gonna keep adding to it. So you'll see your date right over here. Okay, that's simple. All right, so we've gone over posting in threads, using the class notebook, private conversations, and emailing me. All right, so that's just review. Let's talk about downloading a photo editing program. Now, I haven't had that many problems from you guys, which is awesome. I'm thinking almost everyone somehow figured out Photoshop, which is fantastic. If not, here's the link, get it. If you have a school computer, you probably won't be able to get Photoshop. If that's the case, you can try some of these other ones. I know Photopea is 100% browser-based. I'm not sure about GIMP and Pixlr. I think Pixlr is browser-based. I'm not sure about GIMP. I've heard GIMP is decent. I don't know how great all of these are. I haven't used them. So you're just gonna have to play around with it and find one that works for you. I'm not gonna be super picky. I just want you to get something that you can use. So if you're stuck on a school computer, try one of these other ones and see what works for you. I don't really know the answers if you can't get it to work. If you can't get it to work, try a different one. Because I don't know. I've never used them. But you should be able to, between the four, find something that works. All right. So let's talk about our next project. Here's the issue. We need to figure out a way to come up with something creative and interesting that we can do. I don't want to just do tutorials. That's really, really boring. We're in a really interesting time right now where we're all stuck inside. This is like a once in 100 years type of situation. So we can make some really cool artwork out of this. You just have to think about these things that are happening to us. Like we're stuck inside. We're not going to school and work. We might be seeing more of our family, but less of our friends, right? The streets are empty. You get to sleep in. There's all kinds of interesting things going on. We need to communicate that visually. And that is going to be our quarantine documentary project. And I think this could be really cool if we get enough interesting art from you guys. Maybe we can combine something to have like a Gibbs quarantine art project. It could be really, really interesting. So you might be like, well, I don't know what to do. How do I make photos of nothing happening? Well, I have an interesting documentary article here. And these are some really famous artists. So I'd suggest you read it. Click it. It's going to open up this, right? The world's great photographers, many snuck inside, have snapped. Now, Todd Hido here and Stephen Shore, I really like both of them, especially Stephen Shore. There's plenty of interesting things in this piece. You know, there's international artists like this guy right here, who this is his window outside of his window, and you know, we've got the same building, different days, different times. You can make something interesting out of that, right? Maybe this is what the quarantine means to him, the same yet different. I was just reading this for some inspiration, right? How do we show being separate? Well, there you go, right? How do we show things that we enjoy about the quarantine? Well, maybe we show sleeping in. Maybe we take a photo of that. Stuff we don't like. How do you show the absence of touch? That's what you have to figure out. That's the assignment, right? It can be very conceptual. It doesn't have to be literal. The lines we have to stand in when we go to the store, right? Separation. These are the ideas you can think about to try to communicate. So I would suggest reading this and see what you come up with. What I need from you is we're going to do 20 to 30 quick unedited photos. That's going to be where we start with this. Now, I know some of you guys don't have cameras. That's completely okay. We all have phones, right? Use your phone if you don't have a camera. I don't care about the quality in this that much because we're all in this awkward situation. There's not much we can do. 20 to 30 photos, right? What I need you to do, you're just going to post your two best in focus. I'll make an assignment for you to do it. Just post them in there, and then next class, right, later this week, I'll make another video showing off some of the best examples that I see. Remember, though, this is a creative, artistic medium. You don't want to just be willy-nilly snapping around. Think about it. Make it look pretty. Think about some of the design elements that we've been talking about the whole year. I don't mean that right now you need to import all of your photos into Lightroom or Photoshop or anything like that and edit them all, but the composition should still be nice, right? Just looking in here, the line is straight, right? We have some beautiful sun rays, or they're probably light rays, but they're coming in. Everything in here has a composition, rule of thirds, right? Think about these things. Look at this beautiful line across here with the birds. Okay, we have diagonals with the clouds. So think about these things as you're shooting. Remember, you're just going to upload 2 right now, and then we'll talk about it for next class, and I'll put some up on the screen so we can look at some of them, and I'll make another little video. But for right now, this is the kind of thing that I want you guys to think about. All right, guys, I hope you're doing well. Remember, if you have questions, just reply to this assignment and I will go through them at my best. Um, I know we all can do it. I'm excited to see what we come up with. All right, talk to you later.